So they're still saying it's the wrong question to ask. It's the wrong question for you to ask. Because the guidance for you continues to be surrender, surrender, surrender. So it's all about surrender and not caring what symptoms are appearing or not appearing at any one moment. Because the guidance is to surrender to whatever's arising, whatever's appearing, whatever's happening. Your way through this is purely through surrender. And surrender means letting it all come, welcoming the whole experience as it appears to you in the moment. It's a moment to moment to moment to moment. Because the whole thing can spin on a dime. Seemingly getting worse to seemingly getting better to actually getting worse to actually getting better. A core part of what you wanted to learn through taking this on in this lifetime was surrender that's fully unconditional surrender. Surrender to the point where you just don't care what's happening, what's arising, what's manifesting. Now your energy system does care. And that's fine. That's human. That's there. That's part of your baseline. There's a part of you that cares what happens to you. It's built-in mechanism of the energy system to protect you. It's the actual ego, or the ego's actual role. It's to help you maintain that equilibrium of the energy system. So it cares. It has to care. But your role as a divinely incarnated being is to overcome that level of care becoming fear. So the care, the wanting the best for yourself will always remain. That's just part of the system. That's part of your makeup as a human being. But we do want to remove all fear from that. The fear is just simply not required to maintain equilibrium of the human body, the human vehicle, the human experience. So in addition to these words, there's a transmission, a deeper transmission of this information to your energy system. It's only partially for your conscious mind to understand. It's not about just understanding. It's about changing your system to one that simply operates at this level of surrender. Free of all fear. Welcoming whatever arises. Moment by moment, and not projecting into the future from any of those experiences, because that's part of what creates fear. You take this moment's experience, you extrapolate, oh, it's going to be like this for the rest of my life, and that throws you into the fear cycle. Any momentary experience is just that momentary experience. It's never saying anything true about the future. Your divine being operates from a place of infinite miraculous possibility. Infinite miraculous possibility. And we're just bringing in the ground of being, that awareness and experience of the ground of being again, because that is the realm of that infinite miraculous possibility. It's the level of non-existence able to become any existence. And the more you drop into this and allow this to rewrite your system, moment by moment, you open to that infinite miraculous possibility. So any one moment means nothing about future moments. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Everything can change in a moment. This information about the infinite miraculous possibilities is being fed into your energy system, your whole energy field right now. So that you can begin to simply operate from this place more and more and more. The more it manifests through your system, the more it rewrites processes that you've been operating from since birth, well, since infinite lifetimes. It's focusing more on your heart chakra right now. The identification with generically, it's an identification with being a victim. Identifying as a victim, as equating being human with being a victim. That's the center of this one. Equating being a human with being a victim. That as long as you're human, as long as you're in a human body, in a human incarnation cycle, you are a victim. You are a victim. I am 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 a victim. And as long as you believe that, as long as you identify with being a victim while in a human body, you create dysfunctions in that human system. Clear, 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 clear. Clearing away some of this dysfunctionality while also clearing away these identifications and the beliefs that go with them. It's like we're opening a window for your true divine nature to come into your energy system and dissolve all of this sense of victimhood and the fears that go along with feeling you're a victim, feeling you're a victim, feeling you're a victim. Fear, 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 fear. As long as I'm human, I'm a victim. As long as I'm a human, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. What's the use? What's the use? What's the use? Why bother? Why bother? Why bother? It's endless, it's endless, it's endless, it's endless, it's endless. The fear is endless. The pain and suffering is endless. Bringing in a thread of your divine nature into your system to help free you of these fears, of these identifications. Continuing to clear out your lower chakras of these fears, this resistance to your divine nature based on fear, 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 fear. Why bother? Why bother? Why bother? It's useless, it's useless, it's useless. It's endless, it's endless, it's endless. I am an endless pit of fear. I am an infinite pit of fear. It's endless, it's endless, it's endless, it's endless, it's endless. It can't be cleared, it can't be cleared, it can't be cleared, it can't be cleared, it can't be cleared. There's no way I can be free of all this fear. There's no way. There's no way I can be free of fear in this system. As long as I'm in a human body, I'm in fear. As long as I'm in a human body, I'm in fear, 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 fear. I just continue to pull this all into my energy system, release it in my system, which models that release to your system, which then your system replicates reflexively. It just knows how to do it. Once it sees how it's done, it does it itself. As we just continue to release these layers of fear and connecting that fear to the fact that you're in a human body, clearing up and down your spine, all of this sense of fear related to being human, related to being in a human body, in a human lifetime. Once again, bringing that thread of your divine nature down through your system, all the way through this time, all the way out the root chakra and into the core of the earth, rooting more of your divine beingness here, now, in and through this incarnation. As we clear away the identification with fear and with being human, it allows more identification with divine beingness, with your true divine nature. Your true divine self comes in to replace the ego identifications, the fear-based identifications. Increasing the flow of your true nature through your system now. Increasing the flow of your divine nature through your energy system, through the central energy column. This is allowing more of who you truly are to descend into and through your human beingness, your human body, your human heart and mind. Which is allowing your overall vibration to rise, to ascend. Ascend more and more to a fifth dimensional consciousness and a fifth dimensional reflection of that consciousness in your outer world, in your physical body, in all the manifestations in and about you. Opening the heart more to receive this acceleration, this lifting and descending at the same time. Archangel Metatron and his angels are all around supporting this process, supporting this intensification of who and what you are within this human vehicle. So this flow down and through your system is emphasizing, or focused more on your mental body, the belief systems that are being dissolved, that no longer support who and what you are, that are simply no longer true. For you or your purpose here. Clearing, clearing, clearing those thought systems, belief systems. So we're tracking these belief systems that are resisting this dissolution, tracking them to the identifications in the heart chakra that they are linked to. So the identifications that are appearing are, I don't believe, I don't believe this, I don't believe you, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe. There's many layers to this. We're going to start with, I don't believe in God. I don't believe you, God. It's I don't believe in relation to God. I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe in God. I don't actually believe in God. I don't believe there's something greater than this. I don't believe there's a place called heaven. There's a place of true peace, true release, true comfort, true happiness. I don't believe in God or his heavens or his angels. I don't believe. So if we track this all the way back, it goes into several other lifetimes where this was a main theme of those lifetimes. Questioning a belief in God. And deep, deep experiences of pain, suffering, sadness, sorrow related to this questioning God's existence. Clear, 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 clear. Each and every lifetime where this was a primary theme. We're tracking back and clearing those lifetimes now. Clearing the influence from those lifetimes. Helping the experience to complete in each of those lifetimes. Completing what you wanted to experience and learn from having those experiences. And that's allowing an infusion of divine love, infusing divine love now into your system to finish clearing these past life or other life influences related to questioning and a belief in God. We've come up against a rather large blockage related to this. We're just holding a space of divine light, love, and truth around the blocking mechanism, the blocking cluster of energy as it's appearing in your system right now. These are beliefs and experiences that at some point you tried to lock away. They just seem too scary, too painful to allow into consciousness. We're just surrounding them with divine love right now. Divine love, divine love. Lightly infusing the whole configuration with divine love, divine peace. The sense that everything's okay. The sense that you are an infinite divine being that can handle anything, can handle any experience, any awareness, any emotion, any memories. You are this infinite divine being that can handle anything. All experiences are finite, and you are infinite. You are larger than any one experience, any memory, any emotion, any lifetime, any set of lifetimes. You are more infinite than any stumbling block, any blockage in your system. So the more this manifests in your energy system, that you are infinite divine beingness that can handle anything and everything, The energy through your system has begun to flow. The energy through this blockage has started to open and flow. Which is revealing what was at the center of this. It relates to that theme of being a victim. As long as you're in a human body, you are a victim. It's lifetime after lifetime where you simply gave up. So it's like it's combines the energy of really deep depression, really deep apathy, really deep giving up, just simply giving up on God, giving up on humanity, giving up on being human, giving up on seeing any purpose in being human. And we're being taken deeper still into the center of all of this, giving up, giving up. It's like at this point in your series of lifetimes, your series of human incarnations, you had tried suicide many, many times, and you finally learned that doesn't ever work. It doesn't bring relief. It just brings you right back to the beginning, and you have to start working on the same issues, the same challenges in your next lifetime. So at some point, after realizing that, you came to a point where you were determined, like rather than seeking release from escaping your human life, you decided to seek release from going deeper, like deeper into a cave or deeper into a pit, deeper into that which is not God, that which is not divine, like deeper into your humanity, but the most densest part of your humanity that you could find. You started meditating on that, contemplating on that, trying to withdraw as deeply into that as you possibly could. And you practiced this for many lifetimes. Okay, I got the signal that we're actually hitting the core of this extremely low vibrational influence. Like you went as low vibrational as you possibly could as a human. And whether you knew it or not, your divine self was actually propelling you to do this. You wanted to have this experience of being as fully separate from your own divine being as you possibly could. You wanted to know what that was like. You wanted to explore how far you could push it. How separate, how cut off, how powerless, how opposite the divine you could be. You could think yourself into being. You could pull yourself into being. We're still penetrating more deeply into the center of this. And bringing in that sense of surrender, allowing this experience to be fully acknowledged, to be fully experienced. Clearing away all the human belief systems related to not pursuing this kind of experience. It's like the human belief system around you in most of these lifetimes was that this was the pursuit of the deepest evil possible, the worst sin possible. To go as far from God and your own divine nature as possible. But in actuality, this was God wanting to explore beyond Godness, beyond what it knew of itself. We're just holding at the very center point of this creation. It's actually a divine creation. Exploring as far as possible of what's not divine is actually a divine expression, a divine creation. It's what allows God to be more, to go beyond itself. And this is actually at the core of every incarnation. This is what actually motivates every soul to incarnate, to assist itself in becoming more than itself presently. So there's great transformation at the center of your soul, at the center of your divine being that's happening right now, that's manifesting through your energy system, all about you, all within you. This is bringing divinity to your physicality. Divinity to your DNA, divinity to your cells, divinity to your energy system on every level. This is the central core of all healing, all growth, all evolution, all realization. This is divine alchemy. The transmission is focused on your third eye right now. Your sixth chakra is refining as it receives this information deeply into your system, far more deeply than your conscious mind can comprehend. This energy of this knowing of what divine alchemy is happening right now is being infused into your energy system through the third eye, enhancing your divine knowing throughout your system. So that you know moment by moment what increases this divine alchemy and what would decrease it, so that you know moment by moment in your cells, in your body, in your heart, in your mind, you know what takes you closer to your divine nature and what takes you away. And naturally, you just continue to flow with what takes you closer, what takes you deeper into your divine beingness. What takes your mind deeper into divine knowing. What takes your heart deeper into divine loving. What takes your whole system deeper into divine being. More and more and more, you are simply drawn to that which is best for you, that which is highest, truest, deepest, most authentic to you, to who and what you truly are. And more, the ego is simply placed behind you, near the base of your system, behind you, and allowed to simply be the mechanism it was always meant to be. While your divine beingness, your divine self is leading you. Is leading all of your energy systems, is commanding, is at command within your energy system. Expanding this transmission now, expanding the flow, turning up the volume, to the perfect flow for you and your system, moment to moment. So now we're going to backtrace through the session a little bit to make sure we have cleared away all those blockages that were appearing. So checking if there's any sense of apathy remaining, depression, apathy, Those are clear. The fear of being human, checking. Fear of being human. Okay, we're going to go into that a little bit more specifically. So, fear of running out of money, fear of what will happen to the human body in old age, fear of being alone, having no real relationships in the world. Okay, fear of finances, fear of old age, fear of lack of relationships. Yeah, those three. Okay. We're going to bring fear of financial loss, fear around finances, especially like through the rest of your human incarnation. Fear of running out of money. Fear of not having enough money. Fear of there being too little, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. Fear, 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 fear of not enough. Not enough money, not enough money, not enough money. Fear of not enough time to complete my purpose and mission. Fear of not enough time, not enough time, not enough time, not enough money. Clear, 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 clear. Just tracking more deeply into this fear of running out of money, running out of money. So that ties back to other lifetimes where you had traumatic experiences of running out of money, especially in your older years or the last parts of your life. Clear, 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 clear. Clearing this whole pattern, this whole theme, all the karma it created. Clear, 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 clear. From this lifetime, all other lifetimes where this was a primary theme. Clear, 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 clear. And all the identifications that went along with those experiences. Clear, clear, clear. I'll never have enough. I'll never have enough. I'll never have enough. I'll never have enough. I'll never be enough. I'll never be enough. I'll never be enough. I'll never be enough. I can't take care of them. I can't take care of myself. I can't take care of my kids. I can't take care of my family. I can't take care of myself. Clear, 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 clear. Clearing from this theme from all lifetimes now. Clear, 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 clear. Allowing the infusion of truth now, divine truth, into the energy system, replacing all these fears, all these other patterns and identities, filling in with divine truth, infinite abundance, infinite flow of finances. Okay, fear of being alone, fear of being alone, fear of being alone, fear of being alone, fear of not having good relationships, fulfilling relationships, fear of not being a good friend. We're going more deeply into that one now. Fear, 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 clearing the fear, 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 fear. So these fears are connected to the identification, such as I'm not a good friend, 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 my friends leave me, my friends leave me, my friends leave me, my friends leave me. I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good friend, I'll never be a good friend, I'll never be a good friend to myself or to others. I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good friend, I fall short, I fall short, I fall short in relationship, I fall short, I fall short. I'm too selfish, I'm too selfish. Ooh, okay, that's a big one. I'm too selfish, I'm too selfish to support someone else. I'm too selfish to support someone else. I'm too selfish to be a good friend. I'm too selfish. I'm too selfish. I'm too selfish. So of course, why should they be a good friend to me? Why should they be a good friend to me? Why should they be a good friend to me? Clear, 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 clear. Following that thread around selfishness, deeper now, deeper, 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 to past lives. No. Okay, where does this go? What's this? What's the beginning of this influence? What's the first? Okay, this tracks back to when you were veiled for this lifetime. So when we're between lifetimes and we're preparing for our next lifetime, we don't necessarily have all of our divine knowing available to us, but we have a lot more than we have when we're incarnated, generally. So at the beginning of an incarnation, we take on the veil of not knowing. Part of the planning is what to allow ourselves to remember and to know throughout a particular lifetime. So there might be some aspects of divine knowing we will allow to never be veiled through a lifetime. Sometimes we put timers on them that we won't know it until a certain age or a certain thing happens to us, and then it'll be revealed. But for the most part, coming into a human lifetime means being veiled, having your divine knowing, having your divine memories, you could say, turned off, eliminated, so that you can have the experiences and growth that you planned for this lifetime. But sometimes in that process of being veiled, of going, so one moment you have most or all of your divine knowing available to you. And then through a special process, the angels and your spirit guides veil you. And that first moment after being veiled, there can be an incredible sense of loss of your own sense of self, loss of your relationship to the divine, loss of a sense of who and what you are, who and what love is. It can be quite a traumatic shock to the system. Now, sometimes it will have been planned that you'll allow like a thread of a connection to divine love to be there, to soothe you through this process of being veiled and waking up, essentially nearly completely confused about what just happened, who are you, where did you come from, what's going on. So this sense of we were clearing being selfish, the identification that you're too selfish to have good relationships, you're too selfish to be a good friend, tracks back to this initial trauma of having just been veiled. And that process for you, most specifically, was a sense of being cut off, being separated. And so this little helpless being was your sense of self, was your sense of allness, actually. So self was all you knew at that moment. So of course you were selfish. I mean, that's a given. That was what was suddenly happening. Your whole world was the self. All you knew was the self. That's by definition selfishness. So we're still just sitting at that moment when you were traumatized by the veil, and it set up this energy, this identity of selfishness. You are your whole world is only you. And that was all by your own divine design. You're in your pre-birth planning. This was the way you wanted it. This was like your seed, your anchor for this lifetime. The anchor that helped you remain human as long as you needed to be a selfish human, as long as you needed to be a selfish human in order to have the experiences and growth that you wanted to have in this lifetime. So the fact that this is all coming up now means this is complete, means we can remove these anchors, this part of your veil that has been anchored by selfishness and the fear. Actually, I can see the fear that went along with this experience of selfishness, of being alone in the universe. It's all simply dissolving and melting away now because it's no longer needed by your system. Its purpose has been fulfilled. You learned what you needed to learn through selfishness and through fear and through the experience of being a separate human being, a separate human being alone and afraid and selfish. And again, selfishness is it's a core part of being human. It's just part of the experience. And it created the experience you needed, and it's done. It's complete. It's being removed now. There's teams of angels that are skilled at removing the aspects of your veiling that are no longer required, and these veils are coming off now. Just going to let them work for a few minutes. Okay, and the third theme that had come up was the fear of growing old, the fear of being in a human body growing old, the the fear of illness in old age. So we're tuning into that theme. Any blockages that remain along that line being scanned right now. Okay, this is tying into your pre-birth planning meetings. Also, what you planned for this lifetime regarding the health of your body, especially through old age. So there's almost infinite contingencies that are planned for a lifetime. But it's like they're having me up. I'm holding a channel open between the pre-birth planning meeting and who and what you are now, and who and or what's required now at this point in your life. Which contingencies are most useful at this point in your life from the original plan, and which ones can simply fall away. Like there could be certain illnesses that were originally planned that are not needed now, and so those would be falling away. So we're just adjusting. It's like updating your present incarnation to the highest possible moment by moment by moment manifestation, especially related to your physical health and well-being. Okay, and we're doing the same thing for finances as well. Updating the contingencies for finances through the rest of this lifetime to be just those contingencies that are for your highest moment-to-moment experience, and letting all the other contingencies to just dissolve as unneeded for this lifetime, because you already learned lessons or you already had certain experiences. And now we're doing the same for relationships. So it's like this conduit is still open between your pre-birth planning meeting and you here now. And all these contingencies around relationships in your life, who you would meet, when, what you would experience with one another, all this is being updated now to the latest, greatest, best, highest contingency plans, moment by moment by moment. Clearing away all those old contingencies that are simply not needed now. Clearing away all old identifications that went along with any and all of these old contingencies. And this is now allowing a further dissension of your true self, your divine nature. More of who you actually are, more of your soul beingness is descending into and through this human incarnation, this human vehicle, this human personality. And we're just going to support that in silence for a few more minutes. It's a very strong infusion happening. Just surrender to it. Just open, receive, welcome. The transmission has shifted into one of consolidation. Bringing you back towards your newly reconfigured everyday consciousness, your newly transformed personality, and individuality. Your ever more divinized personality. Continuing to consolidate this into your energy system, filling in your light bodies, with the matching frequencies and vibrations and divine codes that help you to maintain this level of vibration consistently, effortlessly. Filling in the volume of your light bodies all around you, more so now. frequencies of intensity are helping to seal this into your system now, intensifying the effects of all that happened today, intensifying the consolidation within your system. This transmission is complete. The base transmission continues infinitely. Much has happened. Be gentle with yourself as all this transformation manifests more and more within and through your energy system, your sense of self, the knowing of yourself. Blessings.